came here this life to help people remember. I know that. That's exactly my mission. And how do I know that? Well, because I struggled for years not knowing who I am. And I remember being 28 or 29 and just thinking I was going to die before 30 because I did not know what I was here to do. And I look back and it's so strange now because I'm so clear that my life's purpose was to be me, just like your life's purpose is to be you. And being us as a starseed, being us as a star being or a celestial being means learning how to align our body, mind, and spirit to be that greatness container that we are. Learning how to be a fifth dimensional frequency being in your third dimensional body is an art form. And it's also a lifetime challenge. So when I was 29, I was a member of the movement of spiritual inner awareness. I had full blown gone into an ashram, and I go to this workshop one night, and we were always supposed to put out your intentions. So I want you to do that before we start. What are my intentions? What am I seeking to gain here? What do I need to know about myself that I can step into this higher frequency? And that's what we're talking about today. So when I was 29 and I went to this event and I said, I want to know what I'm here to do. And I was very specific. I heard a voice that night, and that voice said, go to chiropractic school. And that was a long time ago, but I said yes. I didn't debate it. I said yes. And I had a reading this morning. Someone did a reading for me, and she said to me, Joan, you will find your way if you just say yes to all the opportunities that present themselves to you. And so that's my first wisdom. I got it from someone else for me, but it's true for all of us. It's in our yes. It's in our willingness to say yes. So, everyone commented on my youngering these days. Well, I'm youngering because I've said yes. I've said yes to the continued life adventures and continued doors open. And you can too. That's been my mission as a chiropractor. So I'm going to change my name to Dr. Joan of Angels now because I think that gives it a little bit more clarity and it combines my doctor self. Because as a doctor, you actually learn to take care of people. You learn to be that leader that has the answers. And it's quite an interesting thing to do. If you don't have confidence, it becomes difficult. But that's for you too, guys, to learn how to become your own authority of who you are and why you're here. So I went on to become a chiropractor. And through that, I began to learn how to turn on people's power. And that's what I do this life. I turn on your power. I help you remember, and I turn it on. And I used to do that after every adjustment. And now I do it after every session. It's like we have just turned on your body's ability, your psyche's ability, your body, mind, and spirit's ability to maneuver. And so, guys, that is what I do. You can check me out on YouTube. You can check me out at joanofangels.com. Get that ebook because it's the way to start in that funnel, in that series, so you're always in the loop about what we're doing and so that you can get to the next stage in your life. So I do have a presentation. I think we'll look at it for a few moments. Star Being Mission Activation. I have it up here, but I forgot to do this. So we're going to do present. We're going to do share screen. We're going to do entire screen. Window. Of course, having practiced this for a long time, you'd think that I had it easy. I do. Here it is. And now we're going to start from the very first slideshow, play from start. And it should there. Okay, perfect. So let's go back a little bit. There. All right. Your true essence. So guys, your true essence is you. It's this whole of you, and decoding it is the biggest mystery we have, because we come down here and our memory is wiped blank. We come down here for a mission and purpose. We come down here as volunteers, but as you all know, what happens is the veil of forgetfulness, and that's purposely designed to make it so that you get stronger and you never forget why you're here. Okay, so I have not been able to share this yet. StreamYard is sharing a window. All right, I don't see my slideshow. So pathetic. You've done this before, my sweetheart. Share screen. Window. Share. Let's see if you're sharing now. Well, we're going to forget about the slideshow. Oh, wait, here it is. Neil, I think you have to put it up there because I see it in the studio and I don't see it on the screen. So, Neil, if you're here, if you could put it up, that would be great. Because it says I'm sharing. All right, forget that, guys. So let's start by looking again then. That's sad. Okay, so I want everyone to just start to take a deep breath with me. We're going to toss the presentation. Who needs it? Just breathe in and out with me for a moment because I really want to start to raise our frequency. So taking a deep breath in, sending your roots down to the center of the earth and going down, and then again, taking another deep breath and sending your antenna up to the heavens. We ask right now that we all start to remember and start to be infused with the beauty of our souls, with the beauty of who we are and what we're here to do, as we begin to release what no longer serves us. Because one of the things of learning how to become who we are is to start letting go of that which we no longer are. And a star being, a star seed, a celestial being, has quite a mission here on the planet. Our mission, and this is kind of interesting, is to be the virus that interrupts the system. And I find it very interesting. Corona, back in 2020, when they first called it Corona, Corona means light being activated, the crown. And that activation went viral because Corona went viral before they changed the name. But what was going viral? It wasn't a disease. It was actually a wavelength of our light going viral. And as we start to tune into what a star seed does, we're down here on a planet where the masses of people are programmed. They're programmed to live within this matrix, to live within their box. But a star seed has unlimited potential. That's the beauty of being a star seed. You have the unlimited ability to learn to tap in to your 5th dimension, 14th dimension, wherever you want to go, connect with other beings that work with you, and still be present here on this physical 3D body. And that's the hardest part, is to not get trapped in a 3D body and to remember always that we're walking in the presence of our higher selves, of the star family, of the celestials. So the ways we can start to remember that, so we are a virus in their system. But the challenge is this: we come in this planet and our memories are wiped out. Why are they wiped out? Because the system, or the dark energies, or the opposing energies, whatever you want to call it, are committed to you not fulfilling your purpose, because they know that if you begin to have memories of your higher self, then they can't trap you in the chaos of the 3rd dimensional frequency. There's no way, because you know better. You could sit back in a state of discernment, which is the term of the year, discernment. You could sit back and you could look down upon and see what is going on, not just for yourself, for the planet. So you have a unique ability and a mission to actually disrupt the system, and a mission to come in and to begin to remember, no matter how much the opposing force, the agents of whatever you want to call them, the dark, the other energies, the cabal, I don't care what you call them, they're there to challenge you so you could be who you are. Look at that. It suddenly came on. Perfect. So we already have an answer to what is my life purpose. Your life purpose is to step into being authentically you, no matter what is thrown at you, no matter your past. Now, your past is in a wheelbarrow. Think of it as a wheelbarrow or a trunk. It could be a truck, it could be a train. It could be pretty heavy because it comes along with you and it just slows you down, gets in your way, causes you to overload. So our mission continues now to start letting go of everything that keeps you from stepping into that personal power. When you master that and you start to bring those memories in, you are living your purpose as a star seed, as a star being, a celestial being, a higher dimensional self. So it begins with confidence in that and in your memory. Okay, now that I'm on here, I think I could set it up so it looks a little better. Good. All right. Here we go. I'm going to continue to have that, I can see, but don't worry about it. All right. So what were you born to do? You're born to remember. You're born to unlock your keys. These keys come in the form of clues. Most of you already know what you're here to do, but you don't acknowledge it. Those visions that you have inside of you, those moments when you go, yes, 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 that's the way I want to do it. That is your true self speaking to you. What happens is we have what I call miracle busters, people in our life who are designed, who are there just to challenge you and push you off your path. But it's in that yes. So the clues come from your visions. It comes from your celestial starseed template. And your wake up comes from these DNA and light activations. I do those DNA light activations in the sessions that I have with people, the soul awakening sessions and the group sessions that I'm going to be launching soon. Those are things that we do. Also, even in this show like this, one of the reports I get from my work presentations, and I usually do this, I say, look at where you're at when you first turned on the show today. On a scale of 1 to 10, what was your vibrational frequency? Were you feeling rusty, kind of old or tired or beaten down? Or were you at a 10, on fire, passionate? Look at where you are on that scale of 1 to 10, and it'll tell you where you are. And then we'll pay attention when I'm done, and let's see what your vibratory frequency raises up to, because I am kind of known for that. It is in my genetics to unlock people and to really get there. So we were born to forget. It's quite a game that we play. Complete. And that's why I say that I'm going to be living 150 and beyond, and that I'm just getting started. Victor is just getting started. All of you are just getting started. We can actually shift our DNA to be timeless. Once we open up that veil and we start to find ourselves, all right? And that is exactly, and we do it by releasing, that wheelbarrow of crap. You came here to succeed. You would not have been allowed, we talk about, Dolores Cannon says, oh, all these volunteers come down. Oh, that's so great, all these volunteers, we love them. But the truth is that I don't know, the truth about the volunteers is that before we came down, we may have volunteered, but we also had to be chosen. Not every volunteer was accepted because they had to know that you would complete your mission. Why? Because the times we're in right now are pretty hairy, pretty frosty. This is the change point. This is the big hurrah right now in the period of time that we are here. And so they interviewed you, they screened you, they wanted to make sure you could succeed at what you came here to do. And I want you to know that you passed that test. Every single one of you listening now or listening in the future, you will succeed at the mission you signed up for, because they knew, and no matter what was happening, that you would transform it into the fuel to fuel your mission. So already I'm proud of you. What did we come here to do? We came here to help humanity break free from the patriarchal and the religious control system that is here, because each of you is encoded with new information about the times we're in and about the galaxy and the planetary star families that we have. You came here to elevate the timeline that is here, to destroy, literally destroy, be the virus in the system, to destroy the old timeline, to remove mental implants and programming. Any worshiping of the ETs as gods, we're here to remove that because we know who they are. And again, I just love this. You're here as a virus. If you remember anything, just remember you came here to disrupt the system. You have a star being celestial template, which is your soul contract, which knows what you're here to do, which holds the blueprint of all of your energies, which has all of the skills that you're here to do. All you need to start tapping in. And if you're going, well, I don't know what to do, then reach out to any of the most amazing mentors that you've been meeting here. Reach out to me, reach out to any of the panelists, reach out to any of the speakers that you connect with, that you have a resonance with. I remember a few months ago on an Atlantean conference with Tamara, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God, she has to mentor me. I have to talk to her. She's my teacher. And I felt it. So if you get a soul resonance that you are drawn to someone here and you know you need help unfolding your template, and believe me, all of us need help at one time or another, because this is too vast for us to understand the big picture and how it all fits in. So what's another thing we're dealing with is what we call compliance genes or implants. And the fun part about was being in Egypt, and I remember talking to Viviane Chauvet about the compliance gene that was inserted by the Anunnaki gods into, or by whomever we want to call them, the compliance genes inserted into our DNA coding. Not only the compliance gene, but that gene to shorten our lifespan. So once you know you have these, we can free our souls by removing those compliance genes, removing those alien implants. And Victor, we want to remove any programming of a shortened life. We want to reinsert new programming. And one way to put in new programming is to begin to affirm, I am free. I am limitless. I have no restrictions placed on me. I am capable of long life, youngering, transformation, transcendence, becoming an interdimensional being. I am living my dream. I am living my vision. The more you affirm that, the less powerful the old programming will be. What's the spiritual warfare? Well, it is a spiritual warfare. And we all know that. We feel it on some point. When you listen to that voice within, and when you hear your guides, whatever you call them, it could be, again, your star family, your angels, your departed loved ones. When you listen to those voices within that comes through clearly and you follow that clear guidance, you will always be on your superpower self path, on your highest soul level. But when you hear that path, yes, and you get that heart singing, and then someone says, well, why are you doing that? And you question yourself and you don't do that. That's when you go on that other path that causes more disruption. So the key is, number one, knowing you're here to succeed no matter what, letting go of what gets in your way, awakening to your memories of being a disruptor in the system, and remembering the skills that you came in with. And that's all of your psychic skills. It's your remote viewing skills. It's your skills of telepathy. Practice them whenever you can. I remember one day with Neil last year, the year before, when we started traveling, and I was practicing moving energy. Just practicing. You guys can all do this. And it was a very hot day. It was Calistoga, California, and the flies were out at this restaurant, and they were attacking our table. And I don't know what prompted me to do it, but I said to Neil, watch, I'm going to get rid of the flies. And I start doing this. I didn't know I knew how to do it. Honestly, I just followed my intuition, just started doing it, no restriction. and I created this force field around me. I'm not sure if Neil was included in it now that I think about it. And the flies stayed away. And then suddenly one fly came in, and I'm doing this, and he comes and he bounces off. Oops, hit the lamp there. He bounces off like he hit a force field. So you too can create this. And another way to do this, by the way, is spoon bending. Go to LightNet. They do spoon bending on YouTube, or on Zoom rather. But I went in person in Sedona. Using your mind, learn how to harness the power of your mind. And that will teach you how to anchor and hold in these frequencies of light. So what is our true mission here? Well, it's to learn to raise your frequency of light. It is learning how to become that powerful being that you know that you are. So how do we raise our frequency of light? I have a very fast, simple way. I taught it in a class yesterday here in Scottsdale. It's on activating miracles, but I'm going to teach it to you today. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine in front of you that there is a dial, an old-fashioned dial, low, high. So when the dial is off, or it could be off, on. I'm sorry, go away. So turn it off, turn it on, off, on. So take a look at your dial. Where is it? And now start to turn that dial up. Literally, turn it up from low, and get it up to medium, and then get it up to high. That's one way, and a very simple way to do it. The second way to do it is another way to do it, not second, there's so many ways to do it, but another way to do it is a process I call wing fluffing. And I do sessions on wing fluffing, guys. By the way, I think I'm the only person on the planet who actually works with wing fluffing. But what is wing fluffing? So wing fluffing is when you start to step into the power, purpose, and presence of yourself, that you begin to walk in the world with that power, presence, and sense of purpose. And that will keep you young, by the way, and that will extend your lifespan beyond 3 digits, beyond 99 or 2 digits, getting up there. So this presence is also designed to call in your angelic ones and your star family. They participate. Sometimes they're interchangeable, and we know many of the star beings, the early ones, the Sumerians, when we see these tablets, they all had wings. And so some do and some don't. Some angels have wings and some don't. And so we have wings. And that's what I want you to know. All of you have wings. Your shoulder blade, another word for it is wings. And that's actually in the medical journals. They call it your wings. Isn't that funny? And I have friends who are angels on here on the planet who will talk about how they remember coming down to the planet and having their wings torn away. We've had many traumas on the planet being this extraterrestrial being, or being a star being here, being a light worker. Many of those lifetimes were disastrous. Disastrous in the sense that they had bad endings. Not that they were disastrous, because we came in fully embracing our power and our gifts as oracles, as healers, as herbalists, as wise women, wise men, as druids, etc., magicians, but the society was challenged by that, and they had a mission to keep us down. And so we have memories of that. And those memories are what keeps you from embracing this full power. So let's start by releasing any old memories of pain that came from being an ultimate star being. In other words, you were tortured for being the most powerful being on the galaxy. You were a powerful, always in all these lifetimes, powerful beyond measure, with skills and talents. So let's just bring our shoulders back a little bit and chest out, and that way you can breathe and breathe it in. And I want you to imagine right now the presence of 2 guardian angels or 2 star beings, whoever you're most connected with, who's your family out there, and feel them coming in with you, and start to take a deep breath with them. And so now we ask right now that we begin to let go of everything that no longer serves. So letting go of any pain, letting go of any memories that we've had of being less than, letting go of anything, other people's opinions of ourselves, other people's curses, letting go of our own self-judgment, letting go of our self-criticism, letting go of our self-doubt, letting go of any violations against us by ourselves or by those we know or those unknown to us. Let go of any thought forms that we have attached in our auric field that are like this. Let go of the cork that's in your throat chakra, placed there by the patriarchy so you couldn't speak. Let go of that, because you've been almost like an enslaved, tied up hostage down here until you learn how to breathe in so bigly, that's a new word, breathe in with such a big breath that any chains around you are broken, that compliance gene is pushed out, that those implants are removed forcibly because you have pushed them out. Or perhaps a hand will come and pull them out for you. We're letting go of any implants. We're letting go of any voice other than that voice of the divine or the voice within or that soul voice of ours, our higher self, our beautiful higher self, who knows what we are here to do and allows us to access that wisdom at any time. Your soul mission is right here, waiting for you to just go, oh, wait, perhaps I'm supposed to listen to that voice that said, follow the yellow brick road. Huh. My mom said not to follow that road, that it'll take me to destruction, but I don't know. I'm getting that feeling that voice is right. When your heart, now how do you differentiate voices? The voice of the divine, the voice of your higher self comes in a way that makes your heart sing. The joy that gets flooded within you. I was in Egypt a few months ago with Neil and Alan, a fantastic, best time of my entire life. And we're talking to someone who lived in Scottsdale. And he's talking about Scottsdale. And suddenly I had an aha moment. I had been telling everyone, oh, I'll know. I'm not ready to settle down. I don't know where I want to be. And I'll know the minute I know, because I'll know. I didn't know what I would know. I would just know that I knew that I would know. Hope you understand that. And sure enough, as he's talking about Scottsdale, my heart starts singing. And I hear a voice that says, Joan, Scottsdale, and that got my attention, guys. And I am, well, right now, today, I'm talking to you from Scottsdale. I'm doing a fair here, showing my art for some of the first times my art's coming out in the world, because I'm listening to that voice that says it's time. In Scottsdale, just like that heart singing that I had. And you know what? My heart is still singing. I know it's the right decision, at least for now, but you won't know until you know. So you let go, letting go of anything that keeps us from knowing who, what, where, and when. Now let's start letting go of the alternative timeline that is the negative controlled timeline. Let's let go of any timeline that keeps open portals for other lower frequency entities. Let's see ourselves now walking the positive ascension timeline. I am unlimited. And you repeat with me at home. I have unlimited possibilities. My visions will take me where I'm supposed to go. I listen to the voice of my guides. I am on full power. I have turned up my light. And I want you to turn up your light right now. Now imagine that switch, you are turning up your light. So bright. If I turned up my antenna so bright, you could be able to see it. And as we turn up that antenna so bright, I want you to imagine right now that your antenna is connecting to my antenna. And your antenna is connecting not only to my antenna, but to Neil's antenna, to every panelist here, to Alan, to Michelle, to Victor, to all of their antennas. So that from the portal to Ascension Point here on Zoom or on StreamYard, now that energy is going out around the globe to every other antenna of light, all of you listening in the future or now, and we become a magnet, not just for miracles, but for activation. A magnet for people to remember this high vibrational frequency that is here to raise and uplift not only you, but all of us. Because when you raise your frequency, you have the power to raise the frequency of the energy of everyone around you. I think that's the most exciting thing. We are viruses in the system because our frequency can be so high. It can impact so many. It can shift timelines. It can shift your DNA to the most powerful of level. Who's here? Who's with me? Who wants to become a high frequency being, managing your 3D body, not being managed by your 3D body? Is there anyone here that really wants to step into your highest dimensional frequencies so you can do what you came here to do, even if all you know is that you want to be a light bearer? You want to walk the path of the divine. You want to walk the path of the light. You want to help heal and inspire and shift the frequencies for millions and billions of people upon this planet. I say yes. And that is what I am doing here on the planet. I was named Joan of Angels for a reason. I've been instructed to call the Angel Brigade, to call every one of you undercover angels who've been sort of like a little bit afraid of the bigness of this, to join up, to join with me. Let's go, let's circle around the planet, spreading miracle seeds and love seeds and light seeds and high vibration seeds, so that who you are can be manifested here on the planet in full presence. That is your star being ultimate Starseed mission. Now, I offer a lot of things that you can participate. You can have a soul awakening session with me. You can check out my cosmic art activations. And by the way, in a month, I'm going to have a real art storefront for you, a gallery online. You could check out my cosmic soul art activations that I do in the form of personalized art portraits. That's quite a deep dive. In fact, on my Instagram, I think I've put a recent one that I've done, or I put it up on my YouTube channel so that you can see samples of these art activations. People get very inspired when they see how powerful they are reflected back to them. So that who you are in the higher dimensions, when you can touch into that, you will fly, my loved ones. You will fly. So check me out on joanofangels.com. Be my friend. I answer all emails. I love you. My mission is to help you remember. That's why I'm here. And that's why I'm going to be here for a long time. 100 years more, maybe 200 years. We don't know. We have that ability. So who's ready to go for it? I want to see all your yeses. Also want you to say is, okay, I have a bet with everyone that I change your frequency, that listening to me will change your frequency. If your frequency has improved, put it in the chat. Put in what your level is on a scale of 1 to 10 and how much you felt it shift already. And so it is. Thank you, guys. I'm so appreciative for being here with you. I love sharing my wisdom. And yeah, thank you.